Hello! Hello everyone. Hola Alejandro, ¿cómo va? How are you? Okay, sound is working. Hello Stephanie, how's it going? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is the last stream of the year. I almost didn't do it. I almost didn't do it. Yeah. I was on the fence because I'm tired, but let me just lower that freaking music. Come on, come on. Leave me alone. Okay, hello everybody. Hopefully you heard me. Do my weird intro there. Okay, this time I didn't do like a countdown before. I don't know what you prefer. Countdown, no countdown. I don't know. That's up to everyone. Happy holidays. So last time I did this drawing, as you know, this little dog right here. What I had in mind actually was to do something related to the blog I did over the weekend, but I didn't finish it in time. Hi Christian, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Actually, hello. Hello Deepak, how's it going? Let me lower this too. I had to set this up way faster than before, but I'm also getting more used to it, so hopefully it goes smoother. Let me just put this over here, and that way I can only focus on this stuff. Come on. Alright. Sibling Synergy, can you draw my username? Also, I guess I can put you on the list. Do you follow me? I have cat thunder, cat underscore thunder official 2. So let me check. Sibling Synergy, I'll put you there too. Siblings. Synergy. Sibling Synergy. Okay. Alright. So now I have 2 on the list that they want me to draw their stuff. Okay. Now you're on the list. I have to make this better. I'm sorry for messy streamer. Sorry. I'm not that used to this. I've been doing it a little bit over a month. So yeah. Anyway. Alright. So I was thinking, as I was saying, of doing something related to a blog I did over the weekend, but I didn't finish the blog. I got through the edit like beyond the midpoint, I think. So hopefully in the next few days you'll see that, and hopefully for the next weekend I'll have another one. I don't know. I'm trying to do the best I can with my channel. I'm still bummed out that it's not monetized yet, even though, well, that's on me, because if I don't, first off, if I don't post content that a lot of people want to see, then that's a little bit on me. The other thing is, I mentioned multiple times, I'm really introverted. So for me, it's not as easy as for other people to put myself out there. Uh, so if you're a like outgoing person, maybe it's easier for you this kind of thing. Like you don't care that much about speaking in public and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm really self-conscious. So anyway, this is kind of related to my blog, but not directly. But it's, I guess it's kind of a hint to what my blog is about. Hopefully you'll see it in the next couple of days on my channel. So enough of me talking madness. Let's get to it. I also filmed this because I do short videos, so as you might see on my profile. So it'll be one shot. Let's see. Kapow. Cool. Alright, I can use that definitely. Let me put this in airplane mode so I don't get bothered. And just turn this stuff off. Oh. I also had like still have kind of an issue with my hand. That is, I think it's because of taking care of our baby. Like, this finger is kind of, I don't know, acting up. I never had that pain before. It's not, I cannot say is carpal tunnel because I don't think it's exactly that. I think it's related to actually like taking care of the baby. So Alj, can you give a shout out to my YouTube channel, Alj? Yeah, shout out to Alj. Check out his channel. I don't know what his channel is about, but yeah, shout out to you, man. Or gal, or they, or however you consider yourself. It's fine with me. Okay. Anyway, what was I going to do? Oh, first shot. So I'm gonna stop that. I think for now I'll leave it at that. Let's just move this out of the way. And yeah, if you haven't considered subscribing, it helps me a bunch. It's completely free for you, and it helps me continue to pursue what I love doing, that is this kind of stuff, creative work. And yeah, also if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, in the chat, depending on if you're watching this in the future or if you're watching this right now. But yeah, I try to answer everybody, unless it's like spam messages, like buy followers and that sort of thing, which, come on, cut it out. But I guess it's common in social media. Also, let me sip a little bit of coffee. I didn't notice before. If you see the tongue of the tiger, he has like a cut on the tongue. They're used to like play fighting as well when they're growing up. So maybe it was something like that. Or maybe he actually got into a fight. Tra Jesus from the book of Daniel. I'm confused. I know Jesus. Jesus from the book of Daniel. Let me look that up. I get curious when you comment this kind of thing because I guess I'm old now. So Jesus book of Daniel. Whoa. So you mean Bible Jesus? I thought it was like a different. The book of Daniel was likely written, so it's yeah, it's Jesus. And I've read the Bible before, by the way. In fact, Jesus himself is his language from to identify himself as the Son of a Man. Oh, did you look at that? Yeah, I haven't read the Bible in years, but I have in the past. Um, I thought it was like a show because now there are so many weird shows where they depict different like biblical and not only biblical like from other religions as well characters or uh, historic figures and like they depict them in different ways like there's a show I think is called Modern Gods or something. American Gods, that's the name of the show. They have a really interesting depiction of different deities from different religions and stuff, and how in that world they need followers to keep existing. So it's a. I don't want to spoil anybody if you haven't watched the show, but I really like the premise of the show. By the way, it's for um adults, so uh, if you're gonna watch it, you're underage. Just yeah, be warned. It's not for kids. It's really interesting how our cultures kind of affected each other through history. Um, okay. Oh, I haven't seen that. I well, I guess you can say that I'm Catholic, but yeah, I wouldn't say like I practice my religion that much. I I do have my beliefs, but yeah, I kind of have my own connection to the spiritual world, and that sort of higher power. But beyond that, yeah, to each their own. Each and every one have their own beliefs and connections to a higher power. I mentioned multiple times that if you commit to details in the beginning, you can mess up the drawing. So hopefully I don't mess it up. Uh, because one of the most important things you have to focus on is the proportions. And if you get the proportions wrong, then your drawing is gonna look completely off. So something to keep in mind whenever you're drawing, then most of the time if your drawing looks weird it's because the proportions are off, or maybe you rendered the wrong thing, and then you, I don't know, you added a weird shadow that deformed the drawing or something, which can also happen. I think I'm a little bit rusty here because I haven't done this in a few days. Alright, let's see. That's a, there's a lot of compression on the top of the head. Like the pose, I don't know if you know a little bit of animation, but the concept of squash and stretch is a really basic thing for animation. So you see a lot of squash on the tiger's head. So it must be like, actually it's like half of the measure. Let's see. Oh, this is another way you can measure. Like you go like that, and you can measure stuff. So that's all right. So half out here. I think this is an estimation. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, and because I'm drawing with a pen, then I have to be mindful of what I'm putting on the page. But if you're using a pencil, you can adjust accordingly. I really like drawing with a pen a lot of the times because yeah, you have to be mindful of what you're doing, and by the end you already have something that is, to me, feels more concrete, because I really like just like I like the fact that you can do this sort of thing that you can barely see it. I don't know if it's you can actually see what I just did there, like just a small line, or I can, if I press on the, like, I can get a strong line. So I really like that about this. And yeah, I'm not, as I said, I'm not that much of a practicing Catholic. I have my beliefs, uh, but yeah, that might not be for everybody. So yeah, because that's that. All right. So something like that. Actually, the half point should be there, a little bit off. to the side. There's a lot of compression, but then you have the nose. You have the nose right here, and you should have the lines of the eyes. I actually drew this picture before, and I really liked it, but I move on from a picture I already drew. Uh, I don't know if this is gonna turn out the way I want it to, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm on the fence about this. If I don't like it, I might restart it. I don't know. I don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm too rusty right now. I also mentioned multiple times that it's common for a drawing to look weird if you draw every single detail on the teeth. It's not uncommon. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like this drawing yet. Hmm. This is a little bit odd. Anyway. Oh yeah, I do, but this is not what my channel is about, so uh, that's not my focus. He's getting there. I don't know yet. Okay. All right. Let me lower that. Dawn folds right here. It folds right here. And you have sort of this kind of almost triangular shape. Is a sort of this white awesome area for the eye. Well, apparently I know that this measurement is off, but apparently I kind of pulled it off. It's kind of there. It's one of those things. Finish not perfect type deals, which everyone can relate to. I saw a video of a tiger like this one. He was like pulling on a dude, like they have him on a zoo, I guess, or I don't know, some sort of containment area, and they put a rope so people who go and see the tigers can kind of uh, play tug with against the tiger, and this giant dude trying to pull on the rope, and the tiger is just like chilling, pulling the dude like almost no effort, like a giant puppy. But uh, yeah, they're really powerful. Definitely, if they want to, they can destroy anything that gets on their way, and it has happened. There has been many instances where they marked people. Oh yeah. Alright, so there, this gun goes here, it goes there. This goes here, this one moves outside, comes back, goes right there. Down, 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 down. Let's see, this should go up, because this area here is another one here. Here comes another mark, stripe, I don't know. You get what I'm saying. So there you go. Bow, 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 bow. And I should reserve the white area for the I don't remember the word. Whiskers, for the whiskers, but I might just bring it back if I go over it. I might just bring it back with the acrylic marker. It depends. Sometimes you can just kind of suggest details, which I've also mentioned multiple times. You don't need to do every single detail. You can suggest what is going on, and as long as it reads the way it should, like that, you can see kind of that this area is the top part of the mouth folding, then you should be fine. So there you go. What happened to my music? Did this randomly stop? Yeah, it randomly stopped. I don't particularly talk about that unless it's like with my therapist, and even then, I just like the dreams are so random that usually they don't mean anything. They're related to the last thing you had to deal with, like during the daytime, and you're trying to work it out in your dream. Actually, it's like a reflection, like a reflection. It's something that your brain does to adjust to what you're facing in the world. So it's a it's an adaptation that happens each night. Sometimes you remember it, sometimes you don't. Uh, but it usually relates to something that I don't know. Let's say you face a tiger, an actual tiger. Then, if you survive the encounter, you will probably dream of a tiger. That also happens with movies because your brain doesn't recognize the difference between when you're actually in danger versus just watching something that is scary. Then you might dream of a scary thing or a really nice thing. So it's basically your brain trying to adapt to the environment and actually do it better. Uh, it's a way, like for example, if I draw something and I draw it wrong, your brain, in theory, my brain, when I'm sleeping, tries to do the drawing better. So the next time I try to do it, it's slightly more precise. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of the, in theory, or as much as I can recall, that works that way. So yeah, I don't know. They're, as I said, they're kind of random because you don't choose what you're gonna dream about. Not to say they're completely random, but a lot of random things. Have you? I think you're actually kind of making my point. That kind of thing is like you're naturally uh, coded. Your brain, as a human, is coded to be mindful of all of the things that you just mentioned. Snakes, you have to be careful because they can put poison on you. Spiders, the same thing. Pitch black, way back when, was where these things jumped from, like they hunt in the dark, or they try to camouflage themselves until they're really close to you. So yeah, like bears, wolves, all those things hunt during the nighttime. Those are things that's kind of the basic reason why we're scared of the dark, because we're not really good at we don't have nighttime vision as they do. Not at least not that good. So we have to kind of be super mindful of that. And also there's also a possibility that you could actually get murked by another tribe. So that was also like, there's so many things that's why we are mindful about dark places. It's just an evolutionary response. With that said, uh, yeah, I'm also mindful of like juju stuff. So yeah, I just don't. I try not to connect with as much as I can. But to my point, there's some really the real reasons, and I don't want to say that the other ones are not real reasons. What I'm saying is that, like, based on real life or real world or Earth-like. That's what I mean. Like dealing with day-to-day stuff, we made that adaptation part of our existence. Hmm? Layton, uh, sometimes, yeah. Actually, I mentioned that I've been making a list of people that ask me to draw their stuff. Yeah, there's a theory about that. Jack Clark at Sutherland. Let me check that out. Oh, so it's a player, a football player. Or is it's you? I can I'll take note of it. I was also asked to draw, but some time ago. I didn't actually got to it. Cristiano Ronaldo. Clark. God damn it. Clark. Jack Clark. Okay, Clark. There you go. Alright. So this should be way more in shadow type deal. Yeah, no worries. Let's see, so this all should be, I'm at 47 minutes. This actually usually goes for around an hour, so just for you all to know. Um, Hopefully I'll be back on the first or or the second. I don't know yet. It depends. It depends on many things. Last day of the year is usually hectic in some ways. It's a lot of New Year's resolutions and plans for the year and new goals being set. So I guess that would be like, what are your New Year's resolutions? Do you guys have any stuff that you would like to focus on for the next year? Yeah, yeah, I get ya. I don't think anyone wants to spend that much, especially with the economy, how it's going, and with all the stuff that's going on. Oh yeah, you can. Also, meditation helps with that. Exercise, uh, sleeping well. So yeah, if I have one New Year's resolution, I think it would be to be able to get monetized on YouTube. That would be awesome. That would be top notch. Chef kiss. 100%. Yeah, that would be awesome. That's. What you mean, New Year's resolution? Yeah, it does help sometimes. Exercise helps a lot with that. Doing physical activity, going out, enjoying nature. I'm echoing? Where? Let me check something here. I shouldn't be echoing. Huh. If I'm echoing, there's something wrong here. That's odd. Hmm. I shouldn't be echoing. Curious. I'm just gonna pause this here and let's check this one. Did that take care of the echo? Don't know for sure. Anyway, hopefully that fixed it. Just also pause this here. Alright. Oh, okay. So yeah, it was probably something playing in the background or something that was making me echo the audio. Sorry about that. I didn't spend that much time setting this stream up this time around. Usually I check for certain things like that. There's one here that I think I went live anyway. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Ah. Well, better late than never, I guess. Yeah, this is gonna be a short stream for that platform. This one's working, this one's working. Yeah, well, when I don't spend that much time setting up the stream, this is what happens. Like, you can run on to some issues. Actually, I got a better result than what I expected. I was expecting something way more way messier. I was gonna say something else, but I just decided not to. What? Oh, you are? Cool. That's the whole premise of my stream. That you, if you're into drawing, that you get some practice in, maybe ask some questions, maybe just hang out during the time of my stream, and then yeah, you got some hours in or some time doing something that you enjoy. Eh, well, I'm 36. I've been drawing ever since I can remember. So around ever since I was 4 or 3 years old. So Let's do the math on that. I'm terrible at math. Let's say 4. So for 32 years, professionally, I've been an illustrator since 2009. Yeah, that's definitely a long time. And when I started, I actually what I did the most was modeling, like sculpting with clay, just regular clay. That's what I did all the time. Dinosaurs. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, cool. When I started, one of the things I enjoyed drawing was if I saw a show that I liked, I would try to draw the characters. Like Dragon Ball Z, I would try to draw Goku, Vegeta, and that sort of thing, and so on and so forth. Let me check something here. This is probably, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. It's the usual suspect. Come on, TikTok. Trying to cut my stream. No, you cannot cut my stream. Leave me alone. Let me draw in peace. I cut my stream. I cut the stream. Not you. Well, I guess this is your platform. Technically you can, but I prefer to do it myself. I don't want anybody cutting my stream. So random. Starts freaking. Oh, are you doing something? Like, yeah, I'm doing something. Like, look at me. I'm drawing. Like, there's movement on the camera, and it says, "Oh, we detected inactivity." What do you mean inactivity? I'm right here. I'm doing something. I'm talking to a camera. Let me be. I don't know. This is kind of weird. I guess something related to maybe monetization. I don't know. It's so odd that it starts to like randomly trying to cut your stream off. Maybe there's some people that take advantage of it. The nose? The nose is missing something. Let me check. Well, there's still some like you have sort of the shadow. And let me check. You could be right. Now I'm thinking about it. What did I get wrong? Yeah, I take my inspiration from other sources. Now I'm getting curious. Is this a chatbot thing? too many religious stuff. It's a little bit preachy. And thank you for watching my stream. I appreciate it. Good night, Layton. All the best. Well, there's a lot of uh, art that originated from religious things. That's definitely true. But not only Catholic or um, like Christianity. There's there's so many pieces of artwork that are from religious beliefs, and it's a really known thing. Way back when, actually, the Catholic Church used to, well, they still do, but it's not the same. Like Leonardo da Vinci, um, Michelangelo, all of those. There's so many. I'm not that good with names, but those two, they were they had religious patrons. Uh, Basically, cardinals, I think, were the ones that pay them for their work, and that's how they made a living. They basically had a kind of like a kind of a contract with the church in which they made art for them. And actually, Leonardo, particularly, if he wasn't employed by the church or paid by the church, or related to the church, he probably would have been burned in a plaza or something, because he was doing stuff that was not particularly well looked at by the church, um, way back when. But because he was in good terms with the powers that be at that time, he kind of had like free free roaming around. Well, you, you're getting into the weaves there. There's so there's so many. I don't want to question anybody's beliefs, uh, but this, let me let me state this part. I am a Catholic. I'm not that uh, practitioner Catholic, but I'm also a person that questions everything. So there's I'm of the camp of there's multiple explanations for a bunch of stuff, and there's some conspiracy theories about it too, and also like tinfoil hat theories about it too. Uh, like I don't know if you know that all the a lot of tribes have different versions of kind of ritualistic things that they did using uh, things to enhance their experience and kind of connect to the spirit world. So the thing is that some people think that you're actually looking into another dimension or something like that. That's one theory. So it would be that you're looking into a different world. But yeah, there's a lot of uh, perspectives on those subjects. And if you look at any religion, uh, like really look into it, there's representations of things that are out of our common understanding in every single religion. Doesn't matter which one you look at, they all have different representations of some sort of spiritual world, which is interesting. The fact that it doesn't matter how different a religion is, it always has this sort of connection to a higher power. I'm missing kind of the compression on the face a little bit. Well, I definitely do. Um, I actually knew a paleontologist. Uh, Actually, I went looking for him because he lived in my home country, and he passed away of really old age. Like I knew him because my father took me to the place where he worked, uh, and he looked into petroglyphs uh, in the mountains near Caracas, and the things that he showed us were amazing, and you couldn't believe half of the things that he found out there with no explanation, no clear explanation as to how were they made in any way, shape, or form, and how would they know about some of the things they depicted on those petroglyphs, like a really well known image right now would be a galaxy. So I remember clearly a lot of the rocks had carvings of a galaxy, for example. And like there's no freaking way that they could have known how that looked when that was made, because that was thousands of years ago and you couldn't see it with the naked eye. So that was kind of, and I was really young when I saw that. So that kind of made me like, oh, there's so many interesting things in the world. So I keep that in mind. I remember our friend Laffer was his name. Luis Laffer. Was German. Yeah, apparently. Um, there's. I'm trying to. I was gonna mention a movie, but I cannot remember the name. Uh, John. Oh, John Carter from Mars. Check out that movie. Might seem like a silly movie, but it's based on a comic book. Uh, yeah, it's based on a comic book, and it kind of made a really. I don't know. I watched that movie, and every now and then when they start talking about the ancients and lost civilizations and that sort of thing, I remember that movie. It's really interesting, some of the things that they mentioned there, and it's supposed to be science fiction, and it is science fiction, but it also kind of gives an interesting explanation as to how you could travel to other planets just by kind of projecting your consciousness onto basically a copy on that place. It's really interesting. I think that's probably the easiest way we could do that sort of thing. Like send like a 3D printer onto a different world or something like that, and you kind of send your consciousness, or like get like a VR goggle or something like that, that you can move a robot around or some sort of copy of yourself around. I mean, it's feasible. We have a bunch of drones right now. Why wouldn't you be able to do something like that with a robot? I'm not saying that's what we should do, but it's interesting, the possibility. Eh. I don't know if it's a hoax, but I don't know. There's so many random theories about that too. If you look into any subject, there's a theory about it. Some people questioning that. Like for example, mentioning that the Earth is flat, that sort of thing. Like we have satellite pictures of Earth already. Uh, we send satellites all the time. That's why we have internet, and well, that's one of the ways we have internet or satellite GPS tracking. Anyway, but there's some people that, for example, I kind of hesitated about us going actually to the moon if we actually I've heard from multiple people that they think that we didn't go to the moon. I don't know, could be true. Who knows? I wasn't there. I don't even remember. I don't think I was alive for a lot of it. Like I wasn't even born. Thank you, appreciate it. I don't know if it looks that good, but I'm doing the best I can. That's for sure. Well, hopefully, I certainly hope that we can get farther than that because I'm a huge science fiction nerd. So it would be awesome to explore the galaxy, but I don't know if that's possible. And I don't like we're so far behind on on that realm. Like I don't know if we're gonna make huge leaps during my lifetime. We've been getting closer to misinformation and nonsensical things on the internet rather than actually moving forward that much as a species, but hopefully we get to that point before anything else. I actually never played Mass Effect. That's you were talking about nightmares. that, that game, I know that game can give you nightmares. So that kind of thing I steer away from. Like I don't like I already I've been through a lot of rough experiences in my life. I don't want to uh, get extra ones for free if I can. I enjoy other things. I do watch some scary movies. So I guess that's how I balance. Like for example, I really liked From. I don't know if you've seen that show, but that show is freaking creepy. Creepy as hell. Damn, that's so weird. And I don't know. I don't know where you're from, but there's apparently it's somewhat related to um there's a place in the U.S. The something mountains. Um, So it's a place that apparently is a formation of mountains that is really really old, and there's so many things. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you were talking about Mass Effect. You tell me not to watch scary movies and you play Mass Effect like that. That game, uh, it's really it's rough. I don't know if you looked into the lore of that game, but if you haven't, go take a look at it. Oh, I missed the mark here. It should have been. The whole game is about that subject that you're touching on, or is it Dead Space? Give me a second. Am I confusing games? Probably. Maybe it's Dead Space. Let me check this out. Oh, different one. Yeah, never mind. It's a different one. I thought you were talking about Dead Space. Yeah, Elder Scroll is. It also has a lot of that. Elder Ring, true. Have you seen Dead Space? Yeah, I thought you were talking about Dead Space. Yeah, my bad. That's me confusing games. There hasn't been like considerable good games in a while, I guess. There's some every now and then, but like you have to. Dead Space is child play compared, but that one also that one touches on what you're talking about. It has a bunch of like it's literally like bringing like hellish things onto their world. I don't know. That's just my take. Well, I don't know about that, but I want to test that theory. Let's see. I'm curious here for a second. Okay, apologies. Had to check something real quick. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah. Exactly. You were talking to me about not watching scary movies, and like that game, you're basically in a hellish place. Same with there's Diablo, there's I think Quake also touches on that sort of thing. There's plenty of games that go into that sort of thing. I really didn't like Resident Evil when it came out. Oh my god, that game, even with the pixelated uh, gameplay, it was so. Oh my god, I couldn't say it was an enjoyable experience to play it, even though I played it a little bit. I haven't played it that much, so I don't enjoy scary games. I somewhat enjoy scary movies, depending on the movie, but often the scariest things that you can see on a movie are things that actually happen, like not meaning things that are like historical situations that people found themselves in, like survivors in the Andes. Uh, I don't know I don't remember the name of the series, but they made a really recent series about that, like them having to survive in the middle of the mountains. Like I already know the story because it's really famous in Latin America. I don't wanna relive that thing. I don't want that trauma. That's like getting free trauma. Like I have enough with my own life. I don't want somebody else's trauma as well. There's plenty of stuff like that out there. Like what I mean is, for example, Alien. Alien is a horror film, or it's a kind of sci-fi, like horror sci-fi film. I really like that film. It's it's great if you look at it uh, by any stretch of the imagination. It's an amazing film, and it speaks about uh, how potentially how life on Earth came to be, like a science fiction explanation as to how, whether it was something like that or not. That's a completely different conversation, but they go about that. So there's plenty. Like there's also uh, Predator with Schwarzenegger. Uh, what other movies like that are out there? There's quite a few. Terminator. Well, Terminator is not horror, but you kind of get my point. So there's, I don't know. I just kind of differentiate that. I kind of get what you're saying. I'm not saying that's like just watch that, but I look at it from kind of a creative standpoint because that's my field of study. Like I study animation and visual effects. Oh yeah. Well, something like that. Yeah. So have you seen Prometheus? On that one, they kind of show that the those creators. I don't know what the name of them are. Something like that. They kind of learn how to create life from genetic manipulation, and they kind of plant uh, life in different worlds as they wanted to. But they also the angle is towards horror. Huh? Yeah, that one is more towards horror. But there's also one. I don't know what your age is. Um, Trying to remember that movie. What's the name of that movie? There's one that is really interesting. I like that one. Science fiction movie. It's basically a mission to Mars. They go to Mars and they find. Well, the thing is, there's an actual picture of like a face that was discovered in Mars. It turned out to be like a mistake or some like a smudge on a satellite or something like that. But the movie was around that subject matter. So they go to Mars to explore that phase, and like by the end of the movie they kind of show how life came to be on Earth. So they had to leave their planet. I don't remember the reason because the last time I saw the movie was so long ago. And it's an interesting movie. Uh, and they kind of sent uh, like some organisms to Earth, and like they show the evolution of creatures from a microorganism into like fully like what we are today, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the movie's good. Do you remember the name? I don't remember the name of that. Actually, I'm gonna look for it after. Eh, 138. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it up to here. Uh, if you enjoy the stream, thank you for watching. If you're watching this in the future, contact. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. I was thinking of the movie. Like, what's the name of the movie? There actually they came like there's a few movies along the same subject around the same time. So there's Contact. I don't know if that's the same. But I'm gonna look them up. Probably bring them up on the next stream. There's one with the Oscar winner lady, like for maybe it's First Contact, but she works on like a satellite and she gets a signal that is apparently from a different world. That one's interesting too. So there's plenty of movies around that. Uh, but yeah, well, sorry about that. Um, if you watch my stream, thank you, appreciate it. Um, I hope to see you next time. Consider hitting the like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. You can check out my website. I have my deck of cards that I made about my country, my home country, Venezuela, that you can check out there. I also have backgrounds for your phone. Yeah, likewise, Stephanie. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you all next time. I'm gonna cut the stream shortly. So let's put on the music. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.